is it?
Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant is directed by Ridley Scott, and this is a sequel to the Prometheus, which the Prometheus is all about the discovery of the human origins, and then this group of scientists and went to this particular planet and try to find more of their origin story, and then this Alien Covenant is the continuation from the Prometheus, and this story, Alien Covenant, is about this group of people who is trying to colonize another planet, and then they found another planet that was kind of like a shortcut, a midway, so they decided to go to this planet and try to colonize, and shit just happened because you never take your job seriously, and then you found a shortcut, and then that's what happens when you take the shortcut. And then there's a lot of aliens going on. So that is basically the story, but I'm not going to spoil you too much on the details, but you better go and watch the movie. If you are really planning to watch this movie, you better go and watch it. I'm not going to spoil you, so I don't think that I'm going to do a spoiler review version of it, because to be honest, I don't think there's much to spoil about other than these few things I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to give you the good things and the bad things in this review. So the good thing is that, to be honest, the movie really gives out a very good performance from the cast, particularly Danny McBride, because I always take that Danny McBride as a comedic kind of actor, but in this movie he did pretty well as a serious actor. Same goes for Vince Vaughn in Hacksaw Ridge. When you give a comedic actor a very serious and proper role, and then they perform a hell of it, which Danny McBride did very well in this film, surprisingly, but somehow it still doesn't satisfy me of his performance. But other than that, he did pretty well. Michael Fassbender did very well in this film as well. Other than the performance, the tone of the film, actually I did dig the tone of the film, because it's very dark, very dull, and that's what the vibe of the film is trying to let you know, that this is a very science fiction horror kind of film, which Ridley Scott has done very well. But there is one bad problem about it. Later I will talk about in my negative part of the movie. Actually, I really did enjoy the dialogue and the script. The dialogue and the script was pretty well done, to be honest. I never expect it to be that mature, but to be honest, there are certain moments where I thought it's going to be very scientific, like as in like they're going to do a lot of scientific explanation, but turns out it didn't, to the point that it really let the audience to understand what the film is supposed to be. Actually, it was done pretty well, to be honest. Then when you watch this film, there's going to be an alien fight scenes, and then to be honest, there will be a lot of gun shooting here and there, but to be honest, the action was pretty well done. Of course, it blends very well with the CGI. The CGI was really well done. It was so realistic to the point that I felt like it doesn't feel like a prop or a animation or any kind of puppet at all, but the CGI was done so well. And same goes with the Prometheus. They both blend very well, which makes the CGI was really good, to be honest. Okay, those are the good things about the film. Now I'm going to talk about the bad things about the film. So the bad things are, to be honest, the pacing of the film is very draggy. I know that this is a 2-hour film, but it somehow felt like a 2.5 hours because of how the pacing was done. This is one grasp that I have with the film. There are so many questions in the film Prometheus that needed to be answered. I thought that this film is going to answer all those questions from Prometheus, but turns out that it did not really answer some of those questions, and somehow it kind of like give it a bit of a twist, another plan which I don't really care about, because again, Prometheus is all about the origin of human being, which we really wanted to see how Ridley Scott is going to play that plot, but somehow that they kind of take another turn and talk about this particular story, which I don't really care about, to be brutally honest, because I still really care about the human origin, as in like where do we come from, and then why did the engineer create us, and why did the engineer wanted to destroy us. But somehow they still did not talk about this. They talk about the other story, which I'm really kind of disappointed about, to be honest, because I entered this film looking forward to understand that story. Instead, they give us the other story, which I'm kind of bummed out, to be honest. Okay, this is another gripe I also have with the film. This is more on the production side. The film is way too dark. I'm not talking about the tone of it. I'm talking about the lighting, the cinematography. you don't see a lot of light moments, as in like there's no because when a lot of dark moments, as in at night or in a shadow place, there's so many dark moments that really didn't give out a lot of details of the film, as in like you don't see a lot of details at all. So there's so many details that really took out, as in like it felt like they don't have enough budget for CGI or the lighting, so that's why they have to like cut down a lot of CGI to cut down a lot of details. So I want to see a lot of details, but turns out I didn't see that, so that was a kind of a disappointment. So it's really dark, so I want to see a little more lights, to be honest. At the end of the film, I feel like this film doesn't have a really strong impact like what Prometheus did. The reason why Prometheus is way much better than this Alien Covenant story, because Prometheus really give you a kind of curiosity that really thinks that since we have a god, let's say engineer, the engineer who created us and then who created them, so it kind of create a kind of curiosity which really makes us as viewer, particularly me, because I like science fiction as well, because really let my curiosity to one way, because we as human beings, we really like to think a lot, so that's why I like to think. That is why Prometheus was very good in terms of impact of the story and the ideology, and more in a scientific way. But Alien Covenant did not. Alien Covenant didn't leave a good strong impact towards us as viewer and or scientists or curious people like me, because I really wanted to know more. So this film did not do that. But still, I wanted this film to be very good, but turns out that it's not really good at all. It turns out it's a big disappointment. Other than, to be honest, I don't really recommend this one. Don't get me wrong, I really do love Ridley Scott's film. I can say it's a fair movie. It's not a great movie, not like Prometheus. I really did enjoy Prometheus a lot, but this film leaves me a very big disappointment in terms of that kind of story. So I have to give Alien Covenant a 5 out of 10. I'm really sorry that because I really entered this film with a very high expectation, because I'm a big fan of Ridley Scott as well. But I love his Scientology kind of mindset, even though he's a Catholic, but I love how he thinks, how he make movies, because he did very well. Personally, he did very well in Prometheus, but this is a bit of a downfall, a big disappointment, to be honest. But I cannot really recommend this film. If you really want to go and watch it, I'm not going to stop you, but still, it's a meh, to be honest. So it's really up to you whether you want to watch the film. So this is my review of Alien Covenant. So subscribe to my channel if you want to see other movie reviews, because I do a lot of movie reviews as well and other video content as well. So yeah, and subscribe to my channel, comment down below and let me know what you all think about this movie review. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, give me a thumbs up if you don't like this video, and I'll see you all next time.